Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We have a nice equation. X to the power of the cube root of x is equal to the cube root of x to the power of x. Now let me write this right hand side as x to the power of 1/3 to the power of x. And we have x to the power of cube root of x left hand side. Here we can also write x to the power of x over 3, and we have again x to the power of cube root of x. Now dividing both sides by this x to the power of x over 3, we will have, let me write, x to the power of cube root of x divided by x to the power of x over 3 is equal to 1. So we can subtract the powers and write x to the power of the cube root of x minus x over 3, and this is equal to 1 now. Now let me remind you about the exponential, which is equal to 1. If a to the power of b is equal to 1, then we have 3 options. The first one is if a is equal to 1, then we are done. The second is if a is equal to -1 and b even. Again, the even powers of -1 are equal to 1. And lastly, if b is equal to 0 and a is not equal to 0, again we are done. Now let me check one by one. The first option is if our base is equal to 1, if x is equal to 1, we are done. Let me check. 1 to the power of the cube root of 1, which is 1 again, is equal to the cube root of 1 to the power of 1. So no problem. The second is if the base is equal to -1. Let me check again. We have -1 to the power of the cube root of -1, and want to show whether this is equal or not to the cube root of -1 to the power of -1. The cube root of -1 is equal to -1, and -1 to the power of -1, which is an odd power, is equal to -1 again. Here we also have -1 to the power of -1. So no problem. This is also a root. And the last one is 0 exponent. We have x, the cube root of x minus x over 3, and we will equal this to 0. So if we write this as the cube root of x is equal to x over 3, then cubing both sides, we will have x is equal to x cubed divided by 3 cubed, which is 27. So cross multiplying, we can write x cubed is equal to, we will write x cubed is equal to 27 times x. So we can also write x cubed minus 27 times x is equal to 0. And factoring x, we will have x times x squared minus 27 is equal to 0. So x is whether 0, but if x is 0, we have 0 to the power of 0, which is indefinite. So this is rejected. Or this x squared minus 27 will be equal to 0. So x squared is equal to 27. X is equal to plus minus 3 times root 3, which is equal to root 27. And if you check by yourself, you will see these two roots are also satisfying the equation. So the full set of solution, let me write and finish the video. Set of solutions is negative and positive 1 and negative and positive 3 times root 3. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.